Mic's on. It's ready.
So see, you're never too old.
It's got a pokey thing.
I wouldn't be up there. I'm sure that's around.
Good evening and welcome to the Coffeyville City Commission for Tuesday, September 10th, 2019. Tonight's invocation will be led by Kevin O'Connor. Please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the opportunity that we have to come and discuss the city's business at the commission meeting. Lord, we pray for our leaders. We pray that you would lead them and guide them in their decision making. Pray that you would bless this meeting tonight and be with us as we discuss the city's business. Ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you, Kevin.
Tonight's consent agenda items. City Commission meeting minutes for Monday, August 26, 2019. City Commission, roll call. Let me back up. Roll call.
Commissioner Doan,
Here.
Commissioner Van Oster,
Here.
Commissioner Williams,
Here.
Mayor Bauer,
Here.
Vice Mayor Taylor.
Here.
Okay, now moving into consent agenda. City Commission meeting minutes for Monday, August 26, 2019. City Commission meeting minutes for Tuesday, August 27, 2019. And 2019 appropriation ordinance number AO-19-17 in the amount of $1,150,844.74. Questions or amendments to these items on the consent agenda?
Without any, I'd move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion is made by Vice Mayor Taylor and seconded by Mayor Bauer to approve the consent agenda as presented. Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Doan,
Aye.
Commissioner Van Oster,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Taylor,
Aye.
Mayor Bauer.
Aye. Moving into old business, second reading of the 2019 UPOC ordinance and 2019 STO ordinance G-19-03 and G-19-04. Any questions regarding these two items? We talked about these at the last meeting that we had. Then these are just housekeeping items more than anything.
I don't have any questions. If no one else does, I move to approve the two ordinances.
I second.
Motion is made by Commissioner Williams and seconded by Mayor Bauer to approve the 2019 UPOC ordinance and 2019 STO ordinance numbers G-19-03 and G-19-04. Vice Mayor Taylor,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Doan,
Aye.
Commissioner Van Oster,
Aye.
Mayor Bauer.
Aye. This time we'll move into new business. Shanae Ramsey has made an application to be on the Montgomery County Community Correction Advisory Board. Would you like to come up to the podium and give us just a little quick summary of background of why you would like to be on this and why you would be a good fit? How about that?
All right, cool. Sounds good. Thank you. My name is Shanae Ransom. I'm formerly from Coffeyville, Kansas, and I wanted to join the board as a way to give back my time for our youth here, or juveniles here in our community, any way that I could help to try to maybe figure out a way to better them as individuals, to help with deciding ways to make it better for them, ways to make them be able to maintain out here and keep them from going back. Especially as having a youth myself grow up here, I want her to try to experience the best ways that she can here in Coffeyville. I grew up here, I loved it here, I had an awesome childhood, and I just wanted to be able to share that with the others that are coming up in this new generation that we have out here now. So,
Fantastic. Any
Thank you.
questions for her?
I have none. I move to approve Shanae Ransom to a seat on the Montgomery County Community Corrections Advisory Board.
I'll second.
I'm sorry, who seconded? Okay, thank you. Motion is made by Commissioner Van Oster and seconded by Commissioner Doan to approve Shawna Ransom to a seat on the Montgomery County Community Corrections Advisory Board. Mayor Bauer,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Taylor,
Aye.
Commissioner Doan,
Aye.
Commissioner Van Oster,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Shanae, thank you very much for volunteering
Thank
your time
you.
for this.
Yes.
We
thank you
appreciate
for
it a
having
lot.
me. No problem. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to do an execution of a quick claim deed for Aaron Davis for properties at 409 and 411 Maple. And who's going to present this? Let me see. Allison, I think your name's on this.
I can
You
make
gonna-
comments.
You gonna make some comments, Paul?
yeah.
Okay.
Be happy
Hey,
to.
we were gonna put you on the spot for the first time. Come on.
Let me scroll down to it. There's not much more to say than the staff report. Mr. Davis, I believe, approached the city about acquiring these lots from the city, and historically, we've offered them to people that have adjacent properties, and if they do a good job of mowing and taking care of the properties, it restores it to the tax roll. It obligates the owner to then mow it and takes it off the city's hands, and it seems like an appropriate thing to do, and he has lived up to his end of the bargain, and we're recommending approval, which would convey these 3 lots adjacent to his property to Mr. Davis.
Okay.
Google Earth is really cool. I checked it out today. I was trying to figure out which 2 lots it was, and
Well, I didn't think of that, but
yeah,
I'll try
I got a
that.
picture of it and could see it and spun around and looked at it. So yeah, I think it looks like he's taking pretty good care of it. So I have no questions or comments on this. Does anyone else?
I don't have anything.
I'll make a motion to approve the item as presented.
I'll sec.
Go ahead.
Jim.
Go ahead. I'll second it.
Okay. Motion is made by Mayor Bauer and seconded by Vice Mayor Taylor to approve R-19-50, the execution of a quitclaim deed to Aaron Davis for properties at 409 and 411 Maple as presented. Commissioner Doan,
Aye.
Commissioner Van Oster,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Taylor,
Aye.
Mayor Bauer,
Aye.
and Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Next item is approval to purchase downtown lighting project Phase 2. I believe we have.
Mayor, Commissioners, I'm here to talk about the Historic Lighting Improvement Project Phase 2. We're to seek approval to issue a purchase order for the purchase and replacement of the remaining 73 1970s era streetlights and poles in downtown Coffeyville. As you know, on April 9th of this year, the Commission approved the purchase of 15 decorative replacement poles and LED lighting fixtures for downtown Coffeyville. These initial 15 poles and lights were purchased and installed in the downtown plaza area along Walnut Street, just in time for the Coffeyville 150th anniversary celebration. City staff has received great feedback from the community regarding the new lighting fixtures, not only about the improved aesthetic appearance, but also the improved light quality. Funding for this downtown light project will be from leftover bond proceeds from the New Generation project. These remaining funds, per the covenants of the bond, may only be used for improvements to the system, meaning specifically the electric system. Staff has verified with bond counsel that this funding option would qualify and be deemed appropriate per the covenants of the bonds. This plan was developed to replace and install these new fixtures in 2 phases. This would be the second and final phase, replacing the remaining 71 poles and fixtures plus the purchase of 2 spare poles, all equipped with 2 outlets per pole, including flower basket holders for each corner pole. Staff has issued requests for pricing for a total of 73 poles and lights, receiving pricing from 3 vendors. Border States Electric Supply, the original vendor, was again the lowest price supplier. Staff recommends that the mayor be authorized to direct the Director of Finance to issue a purchase order to Border States Electric Supply Solutions in the amount of $137,725 to complete the historic downtown area lighting project. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer what I can.
Well, I just wanted you to tell the public how much electricity these burn instead of the old style?
Well,
How much
the,
electricity they burn, you know?
the current lights down there now, for the 73, is 21.9 kilowatts for every hour that they're on. The new lighting would be 3.94 kilowatts for every hour that they're on.
Yeah.
So you're looking at a savings of 17.96 kilowatts for every hour that the lights are on downtown.
Yep.
And that turns in how much money per hour? About?
I didn't have that calculated, Jim.
Got him on that one.
Yeah. I had some of it, I
Well,
didn't have that figured
It's
out.
about, it's, you know, close to 15%, you know, just looking at the numbers. So, you know, that's pretty good. I just wondered.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
I think, and I think aesthetically it makes the downtown
big
look a lot
Oh, yeah.
better.
The LED lights have better lighting,
Yep.
which is gonna make things look nicer.
Yep, I agree.
And the actual lights themselves have a 5-year warranty, so if any one of them goes out within that 5-year period, the vendor will replace them.
Okay.
So,
All right. I know you've got 54 single ones, and then the 19 go on the corner. They come with the brackets, I mean,
It's
the hanging brackets, right?
it's a decorative,
Hang for
hanging
the
basket
flowers.
arm.
Okay, all right, okay. And, you know, when we did this in April last time, there was quite a bit of discussion following the meeting, not, maybe just a little bit of not understanding that why we weren't fixing streets or whatever, and we're doing this. So I know it says so in the presentation you did to some degree, but if you want Mike to come up and maybe explain about the proceeds from those bonds.
It might be a good idea if you want more detail than,
I mean, you can if you want,
I
but,
mean, all I can tell you is basically what I told you in my
Okay, all
presentation,
right.
and that money's only available for,
okay,
it's not available for the streets or.
okay. And that's what, okay. And so.
Come on,
that-
Mike.
That.
Don't be
And
bashful.
don't sit down, Don. Don't, just wait up there too. Just because.
I'm
there
just
was-
sliding over.
Yeah. Just, there's little miscommunication on how we can use that, how we can and how we cannot use
Yep.
that money. And so this really is, it's an extra that came to us through the new generation plan, really.
We did
through
have some
savings.
significant savings on the Generation 2, or the New Gen project out there. Currently, we have about 2.3 million left over. This is savings from the bond proceeds. Staff checked with Gilmore and Bell, our bond counsel for that project. They reviewed the covenants of the bond, and these leftover proceeds, as stated in the original bond documents, have to be used for system improvements of the electric utility. This qualifies as one of those. So they cannot be used for streets. They have to
Right.
be used for the
And
electric.
some other things, that's correct. Just so that everybody understands.
Yep.
Like I said, there was just a lot of discussion last time, and
I think that's a good point.
you know, we have to, you checked with bond and the, you know, council, and we can use these for that.
We're putting
And
those savings to good use.
So, yes, and I think the savings that came about, as you all monitored the construction of the new generation plant, probably, I mean, I know it made this, projects like this and maybe some other things as far as improvements related to the electrical possible.
Absolutely.
So, yeah,
Absolutely.
so did a good job. And Don, you did a good job on your quote and everything, and says 10 to 12 weeks, so,
I'll push them and see what I can do.
so might be up by, before the Christmas season?
We'd sure
That's
like
our-
that
that's
to
our-
happen.
That's our
Okay.
plan.
Okay, all right,
So-
just so that'll be good, I mean, you know, things happen, I know, but that'll be a great thing to add to downtown, it really will.
Maybe,
Thank you.
maybe I missed it in reading up through all this stuff, but we install that, right? That's not part of it.
We did it ourselves. Crews did.
So, okay, so that's not included in the money.
No.
Just so people know that the
Right.
city does that.
We're going to do
There's
this
one more
in-house.
thing the city staff does.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay, good, thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you, Don.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Both very much. Okay, I move to approve, resolution, or, yeah, number R-19-51.
I'll second.
Motion is made by Commissioner Van Oster and seconded by Mayor Bauer to approve resolution number R-19-51, the approval to purchase downtown lighting project Phase 2. Commissioner Van Oster?
Aye.
Commissioner Doan?
Aye.
Mayor Bauer?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Taylor?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Approval of design engineering for 2020 intersection draining projects. Thomas Osborne will present. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioner. Each year, we try to pick some select intersections throughout the town, just to try to reestablish some of the drainage. For years, there was overlays after overlays after overlays on our streets, and we've lost a lot of that drainage. That's why you see the intersections are falling apart. They sit there and they hold that water. This year, we selected 5, Pacific and Kansas Street, First in Parkview, First in Roosevelt, First in Ohio, and Third in Grant. These 5 intersections either are in severe disrepair, or there's issues that arose from the Safe Routes to School grant for a couple of these, with just where the drainage is and how the sidewalks and ADA ties in to where some of these need to be addressed. This contractor agreement with Alger Martin is based off of our master services agreement, hourly rate not to exceed $90,000, and this is to survey, design, provide all the bid documents, and take us through the bidding process for these 5 intersections. Be happy to answer any questions.
Well, I don't have any.
I don't have any.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve as read.
I'll second.
Motion is made by Vice Mayor Taylor and seconded by Mayor Bauer to approve resolution R-19-52 for design engineering for the 2020 intersection drainage project. Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Taylor?
Aye.
Mayor Bauer?
Aye.
Commissioner Van Oster?
Aye.
And Commissioner Doan?
Aye.
Next item, approval of contract for 2019 surface ceiling projects. Thomas Osborne will make comments.
Thank you again, Mayor and Commissioners. This again, we did not do this project last year, but for the past several years, we have tried to do a street surface seal, which just extends the life of our streets in town. Some streets qualify, some do not. It just kind of depends on how far some of them have gone. Donaldson Construction Company, they're out of Clever, Missouri. That's kind of a proprietary system that they have. All the asphaltenes and the rocks, everything's lab tested and put together so that everything reacts the way they need it to, so that we can get the streets and get the quality of seal that we get. City staff, we're constantly on the lookout for other options, potentially more economical. We just haven't found anything that's going to sit there and hold up like Donaldson's has. This contract would be for approximately 110 blocks of streets and 5 parking lots. All this is paid for out of the transportation sales tax that we get. This year, there was a slight increase due to asphalt costs going up. So we're looking at about $3.75 a square yard. They also are doing a new process on the streets that's called pressure pave. So a lot of the streets that we're looking at are alligator, which basically looks like they have alligator skin.
That's what I was going to
going
ask you
across.
about.
So this process at the very front, it's all in one pass, but at the very front of this, it's basically cold applied crack seal that is pressure forced down into those cracks. Immediately behind that's a water seal membrane, followed by your new wear surface. It's all in one pass, goes down quick, cures out really quick, and we've had really good results from the previous, and we're really glad to see how this pressure pave will help with even better on some of the alligator streets. So Previously, what they did for alligator streets would be two passes essentially. So we'd essentially be paying about $7.25 or so for the same square yards. With the pressure pave, it's just $1 more. So we're paying about $4.75, I think, per square yard total on those. There's a map that was included in my staff report showing the streets and as well as the parking lots downtown. Be happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about what you called the alligator. Because, for example, Edgeville, that it's in pretty bad shape, pretty rough shape. So I know many of those streets over there are really in that little area.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's due to water, probably.
Yeah, a lot of it's due to water. A lot of it is due to when they're built. A lot of them it's pretty much 2 or 3 inches of asphalt on dirt. There's not really an underbase system. You put our heavy trash trucks on them, you start getting a lot of shoving and stuff. So.
All right. Have any other questions?
No.
Got quite a few all over the area.
So, just real quick, you want to tell them how many?
Oh, yeah.
110 blocks and.
Yeah, 110 blocks, five downtown parking lots, total project, budgetary, and these are just the budget numbers. We'll try to get as much as we can, so we're looking at $770,000 for the two to get those completed.
Right. All right, good. Any questions or comments? Any other questions or comments from the commission?
I don't have any. I'll
Nope.
make a motion to approve resolution number R-19-53 for the 2019 surface ceiling project as presented.
I'll second it.
Motion is made by Commissioner Van Oster and seconded by Commissioner Williams to approve resolution number R-19-53, contract for 2019 surface ceiling project as presented. Vice Mayor Taylor,
Aye.
Mayor Bauer,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Van Oster,
Aye.
Commissioner Doan.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thanks, Tommy.
Okay, comments from the public. You changed it on me here. It looks a little different. Any citizen desiring to address the commission shall recognize the chair to advise to the podium, state he or she's name, address in an audible tone for the recording. Presentations shall be limited to 3 minutes unless extended by a vote of the majority of the commission. The commission does not hear matters involving litigation or city personnel. The commission does not take action or subjects on the agenda unless unusual or hardship conditions exist. Citizens may address the commission on agenda items that are brought to the floor.
Is this different?
It's a little different than what it normally says.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll open the podium at this time. Yes,
Charles
Charlie.
Weed, 207 West New. I'm running into an issue of noise pollution from the refinery and the fertilizer plant. Back when I moved into this house and when the owner purchased this house, we had about 5 blocks of buildings between us and this facility. And all those vertical walls were sound deflectors. Now, the next block over from us, between us and the facility, it's the only one left, and they're starting to demolition those houses.
Yes.
That means all I've got to do is listen, and I can tell how good or how bad the facility is running just by the tone of the steam equipment over there.
Yeah.
I'd like to see if the city could do something to abate all that extra racket. You know, I'm already running a sound deadening system. This is coming through that. It's coming through the AC system, and it's coming through the walls.
Yeah.
If it was outside, it'd be one thing, but this is inside. And noise pollution is a justifiable claim. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charles.
Anyone else?
I just want to make a comment. You step up to the podium. Eric Jensen, 409 North Edgewood Drive.
Yes, sir.
You read this thing on the comments from the public.
Yes, sir.
You read it as 3 minutes.
Yes, sir.
My agenda says 5 minutes. Then down below in
Okay.
the body, it says 3 minutes.
3 minutes? Okay.
So just for further clarification, since I know this was discussed about a month ago,
Yes.
is it 5 minutes or 3 minutes?
Historically, it's been 3 minutes.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yes.
And then
There
I've
was.
read the 5 minutes this evening, and then I've read on below that,
Thank you
3
for,
minutes.
thank you for
Mr.
catching me.
Jensen, I apologize, that was a typo on my part.
Okay.
Thank you very much for bringing that to our attention. Anyone else? Well, since I skipped over, we're going to do the city manager's report now. It was at the bottom of the page. I missed
Mayor,
it, even though she had it
Commissioners,
read.
I was, all I can say is thank you to staff for what they're doing. We're going to be moving into the final quarter of the year. Staff is working very hard to complete projects because of the warmer season. So we are busy. I do, I guess, want to make it aware that we do have a site. We do have some seasonal positions open. You know, we try to keep that current. So if there's someone out there in the public would like to see openings that we have, please go to that. We're always looking for police officers, and it is seasonal is needed also.
Yeah.
So, but thank you to the electric department. It was a great idea. I think everybody worked on that, coming up with something for Coffeyville. And your questions were great, but I'd also a personal thank you for the research and to put together something for the betterment of Coffeyville. Other departments are doing the same. That what can we do to make Coffeyville the best it can be? So I want to thank them again for all they do, and if there's any questions, I'd be glad to answer those from the commission.
Questions? None? All right, we'll take comments from the commissioners and staff.
I'm just kind of silly, but, and then we talked about the clock being back there. I've been talking about that clock for a long time. Really appreciate someone putting that up. That's pretty handy.
So,
I want to say thanks to whoever did that. That's all.
That was
so the only thing I really have is, I am literally approached every single day with our 11th Street project and how far we are behind on that.
Oh, and
And I did see our latest and greatest, but what I'm approached with is the perception of the amount of employees that they have sitting out there. So today, when I personally drove by at 3 o'clock and they had two people, one standing there watching the other one drive the roller. And yesterday, they were gone by 4 o'clock. So the perception is they're 2 months behind schedule. Why are they not working from dawn to dusk, catching up the
There is a
schedule?
penalty phase
Yeah.
that they face. It is one of those that, you know, on rain days and this stuff, they're allowed to extend that.
Sure.
The number of rain days. But it is, I think, to their advantage is that if that is the case, what they're doing, then the penalty phase will come into effect.
Yeah.
And Thomas gives kind of, and I forgot to, I apologize.
It's okay.
Bear in mind to have Thomas kind of give you an update.
Yep.
Where we're at. But it is one of those, we do have something to enforce, and we will watch that to make sure they adhere to it.
Yeah, thank you.
So, yeah, I was just waiting to see who was going first, whether you guys were or I was. No, the 11th Street project, so it started May 29th. It's been open for going on a little over 3 months. I have a month and a half charged towards it. This is largely, in fact, it's all due to the amount of rain we've had this year. One of the things is that we actually compacted the east end, I believe, a dozen times for the subgrade, because we get it compacted to grade like we need for compaction tests. It's got to cure out at that point. we get another rain. Starts all over. So we're actually, well, you know, it seems we're a month and a half behind.
Mhm.
We're not even 14 days behind on the actual working day schedule. So the current, optimistically, they're looking to try to change traffic over end of September, first part of October to work on the north side and be completed hopefully mid-November, first part of December.
Yeah.
Again, I can't control the weather. I wish I could, because it's the same way on the Safe Routes to School grant.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that also.
And we've ran into a couple other problems on the Safe Routes to School grant as well. We actually have some state delay going on it with just some unknowns that absolutely nobody could have really addressed. And then it's a KDOT project. Both of these projects are ran by KDOT.
Yeah.
And so that project is, originally it was a 50-day project. We're right at 47 days total on it. They've gotten an additional 25 days for 10 trees that need to remove, because the state dragged their feet for almost 3 weeks before they approved to get them removed. We cut the root system, so they're coming down. You know, they were dying. We're sending pictures to the state trying to get them.
Yeah.
We're like, we're not paying anything extra for trees. These weren't in the plans. You know, we can't just leave the contractor hang out to dry on 10 extra trees, and it's a public safety hazard. So things like that. We've also ran into a storm sewer that absolutely you look at the inlet on the west end, there's no outflow pipe going east. You look at the one to the east inlet, there's no outflow pipe going to the west. There was storm pipe underneath the sidewalk.
Yeah.
So when that happens, we have to go through the whole process. It goes all the way up through Topeka because it's a change in the contract. So there's a little bit of state delay causing a little bit of that. I don't have total days on that because we're actually currently in a stage delay, working to get those questions answered.
If you need someone to call Topeka for you, I know someone who will.
We're constantly on the phone, working up through the area engineer and up, so.
Yeah.
But it's just, you gotta go all the way through engineering, through me, through our on-site inspectors, then it goes up to Independence, then it goes to the area engineer, which covers both Independence's area and Iola. We got combined two areas at this point, and so he's covering dual jobs, and this year's been absolutely crazy with rain all over the state.
But they're coming along.
they
They're
are.
working.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of comments. Everybody's, they look great. We're getting a lot of comments on them, but everybody's glad they're going in. It is taking a little longer. Again, weather is a big issue with that, and then just some of the unknowns that you couldn't foresee really.
I just thought it was kind of funny because last week I drove by and stopped and talked to them as they were working, and then I had to go to Casey's, and on my way back, Mr. Taylor was stopped and he was talking to him too. I think it was last week, maybe the week before, something like that.
One other thing, so you mentioned you'd see a lot of crews. The water line had a lot of work. So when you saw there's sometimes 7-8 people there,
Yeah.
most of those were guys working on the water line. And we have 2 guys there, because all they're doing is rolling and hauling rock out of the way and getting it in. So right now, they've actually got most of the rock in on the main lanes.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to cure out, which takes roughly 3 to 4 days.
Gonna rain tomorrow night.
Rain tomorrow.
But the good thing about it is we got the rock down.
Yeah.
So once the rock's down, the rain shouldn't hold us up too much more.
Good.
Once the concrete goes, concrete flat work, it flies. It's all the stuff underneath that takes all the time, and it looks like you're not doing anything, but you're waiting on cure times, waiting on compaction to get all that. It's got to be the proper moisture content for all your cures coming out, and to get the compaction that you need so that you have a good quality product in the end. So
And the top layer is going to be asphalt
it'll be
or concrete. Okay,
Concrete.
concrete. Couldn't remember, so.
I might just interrupt, and we are, on the project, we are gonna notify the seal. They will notify the residents that and we will try to keep up with that on our website.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
To
on
let
the- you're talking
know-
the surface seal?
Yeah, on the service
The
seals.
surface
Yeah.
seal, what is
They-
coming.
They've
Yeah.
actually got letters out already, so.
Okay.
And we have a
They-
timeline for that?
They're in
Kinda.
town cleaning the streets. They started yesterday.
Okay.
With the knowledge that we've done this in the past and we like their product. So
Okay.
they felt comfortable to go ahead and start cleaning up the streets and getting working. So they're, I believe they're starting over there in the, Edgewood area. Letters were out.
Right off First.
They still gonna use the, Leclerc for the,
Yeah, they'll use
Lay
Leclerc
down
for the
yard or
laydown
whatever.
area, for their chat pile. And then everything else is pretty much in the mobile tankers, so.
But we'll
Yeah.
try to keep up with that
Yeah.
and letting the public know.
They
The
they
best
do
we can
move
move.
very fast, so, but
Yeah.
usually they put letters out in front of them several days, make sure people know to get their cars off. It's a
Yep.
very quick process. If you wanna walk beside it and watch it, bring your running shoes, cause they're moving.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Good.
Okay.
Just real quick, I'm glad you mentioned that it was a KDOT project on 11th Street. I've got a lot of calls complaining about city staff standing out there, and I try to explain it's not city staff. And I noticed when you were talking, you said "we" a lot, and we are a group, but, just make sure that's
yeah,
not.
well, I'm out, I'm not just standing out there all the time. I'm out there quite a bit, so you may see me, I'm walking the project, trying to address the issues on, trying to progress, so
Sure.
instead of, but we still run into that. It's all gotta go up to state
Yeah.
and get final approval from there, so.
Of course, ours are just, our phone calls are just,
Yeah.
You got lots of
we're not
calls.
moving.
I understand.
Yes,
How many
many,
calls have you got?
probably 20
And you?
Maybe,
in various comments,
yeah, maybe a third of that.
in various
I
comments.
only heard about
Yeah.
2 or 3 people.
So, anyway, thank you for clarification on that, Thomas.
Thank you.
They don't like
Anything
talking
else?
to me, well, I guess. I don't know.
I get a lot of calls too, but it's the guy wanting to talk to me about my car warranty.
They're good at that,
You get them nonstop,
all the time.
like 6 a day.
Uh-huh. Just want to make sure your car is safe.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion is made by Mayor Bauer and seconded by Commissioner Williams to adjourn the meeting. Mayor Bauer,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Taylor,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Doan,
Aye.
Commissioner Van Oster.
Aye.